The Lord Conquest event finished a few days ago, and in this video I'm going to give my final thoughts on the event. First, the event is a no to low spend event. You can buy Conquest coins or Conquest marks, which give you more tries to refresh the trials gifts between each of the Lord trials phases. And those gifts are really important. Those are the buffs that you get that will be applied for the battle that you're going to have that reset. It's optional, but if you are really competing for the top spot, maybe you spend to get more tries at that so that you can get legendary buffs. It just depends. Next, the rewards you get at the end of the event are pretty good. Let's take a look at them. So here's the rewards that I got. I got 8th place in the event, and I got 500 merit. I got 5 polycrystalline. I got 40 hours worth of recruitment speeds, 1,000 individual reputation, and the main different reward that you get here is this shimmering name plate title, and the text also when you type will have this effect to it. And for 8th place, it's 5 days. I believe it's 2 weeks for 1st place. So that's really what you're going for here. Although the merit you get for 8th place here is really good. I think it's a top 16 you get. Pretty darn good rewards. Let's compare it to what I got from Void. So in Void, I got 2nd place in this past weekend. And in here, I got, this is kind of matches up with the shimmering stuff. So I got the Iron Knight here, faceplate for 10 days. I got 2,700 reputation here. I got 27,000 gems, which is crazy, which is nice. Some birthstone chest, etc., etc., etc. Also, just for the phase, now this is for the full event. For the event, I got 3,000 merit, 12 emblem chests, some gems, rep. Great, right? Sounds great. The problem here is, or the one thing to keep in mind here, is that to be able to get this, I went through a ton of March speed ups, a ton of healing speed ups. I had to get a lot of the Void heal potions, and I ended up losing about 500k power worth of troops in the event, and now I have to replace those. So all in all, it was a very expensive event, and although I did get some decent rewards, does it make up for the amount spent compared to the rewards that I got for Lord Conquest? I don't know. I really like the Lord Conquest because, again, I didn't spend anything and I got something for it. As far as strategy, and here I'm going to show some of the event itself, I think the strategy overall was pretty good, the strategic element to it. This event, when you play it correctly, is more about understanding your opponent and shifting your tactics to counter their strengths, because you see who you're going to face at reset. So you have 24 hours basically to counter their strengths. If you're nearly equal in all other things, a good formation or a shift in your B skills might be all you need to actually win the battle. And if you combine that with the Lord Trials gifts, the luck you get from that, that's going to really determine who wins. If you're relatively close to them. It's harder to prepare because you don't know what gifts they're going to get. You can only do the best with what you get. So if you get a lot of surmounts and you pump up your troops to 460, 500, that's going to give you a better chance. Again, you don't know if your opponent will do that too. So, you need to do as best as you can with those buffs without spending, hopefully. If you do spend, you don't have to spend a lot. Again, if you're going for that very top spot, then you might need to if the competition is at your level or better. Then you might have to spend a little bit to do that. I really, really, really doubt that Smoke Evil spent anything to get the top ranking here in the event. That's kind of my thoughts on the event. I do like it. I hope it rolls out to all realms. I don't see a reason why you wouldn't want to do this. It's not going to take a terrible amount of time for you. I think the trials took me maybe 10, 15 minutes at most to go through, and that's really kind of just picking the right buffs between the stages, and then it's just the looking at your opponent and adjusting to them. It's maybe 30 minutes a day during the event, and over a week, right? It's not that much. It's a little bit of time, and it gives you good rewards and something to talk about, and it's interesting. It's another thing that Camel has added to the game that is interesting. If you have any feedback, if you experience some things, you have some tips or tricks that might help other players, add them to the comments, or reach out to me in Discord. I'm going to add a Discord invitation to everybody. Click it, join our Discord, and ask questions. We talk about things like this all the time. So I look forward to seeing you. All right, and with that, take care.